Alright, what up guys? It's Brian here, MachineMasters.com. It's Mixtalk Mondays again. Today I want to show you guys a cool little tidbit on the engineering side of things, as far as, even producer side of things, as far as getting a cool switch up of your instrumental. Maybe towards the end you want to switch it up and give it a whole different kind of slowed down feel. Drake does it a lot. 40's basically known for it. It's that kind of underwater, slowed down, pitched down kind of effect. And the cool thing about this is, not all the time, but a majority of the time, the beat tempo actually doesn't change. A lot of people think that the tempo slows down way drastically, but what they're actually doing is switching up the drum patterns and just using a pitch modulation to give it the sense and the illusion that it's slowing down, but in reality it's actually not. So I'm going to be showing you guys on the screen. I hope you guys learned something, so let's go hop on the screen.
Okay, so what we have here, we have the my basic setup of the beat and the transition. I went ahead and did some of the stuff beforehand to save time on the video. So let's take a look at this Synth Loop to start. You can see that I put a Pitch 2 plugin. This is stock in Pro Tools. It's really simple plugin for what you use it for. The only knob that I touched in this entire thing is this coarse pitch knob, and I brought it down 6 semitones, which ends up landing on an F flat if you're in relativity to the actual sample. I'm not sure what pitch this sample is in, but it's going down 6 semitones from the default pitch, which brings it down to an F sharp. So basically that gives it the sound of this. I'm going to play for you. It's a low pitch sound. I'm going to start from 4 bars before and let it play into that. So ignore the drums in that situation because we got to get to that still. But you could tell right away that the vocals and that synth loop drop pitch drastically. And that's because I have this Pitch 2 plugin both at -6 semitones on each track. Now you notice that, I don't know if you paid attention, but right away this first transient of the drum tracks are hitting a little early. And that's because they don't have this Pitch 2 plugin on it. So what you're going to want to be doing, you could either automate this or you can create a duplicate of the track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate all of these. They're not labeled right now, they're just audio tracks, but I'm just going to duplicate all of these tracks, keep what I want. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to delete all of this because these are going to be my new pitch down tracks, and then I'm going to delete these up here. So that way only the new modulated tracks will be playing at that point. And let me zoom out for you a little bit so you could see what exactly I'm talking about. So everything up until bar 25 right here is the original beat. Once you land past bar 25, that's when that pitch drop comes into play, and that's when you get that modulation effect. So what you're going to want to do now is just copy that pitch plugin, the same semitones, that's really important, the -6 semitones to each one of these modulated drum tracks. And you can do that in Pro Tools by just holding Option and clicking and dragging onto the insert track. So now when I play it, it'll be all seamless, and you'll get that all in time, in the pocket, just pitched down kind of drum loop. And one more thing that I want to point out, for my drum tracks, I mentioned it in the video before this, I actually, as you notice, didn't change the tempo of the song at all. What I actually did is I made it so that way the snare drum hit on beats other than the 2 and the 4. Basically, I made the snare drums into half time, landing near the 3 or around the 3 to give it kind of a funky feel. And then the kick drums, I took a lot of the double kick drums, the pickup notes of the kick drums out to give it more of a slower feel. It's all about just how you are going to structure your drum tracks. Just try to give it a slower feel. I'm going to play this for you from about I'll start in the same spot, so 5 bars back, and then I'll play it for you into the transition. Take a listen. So you could tell that it's that crazy modulated effect right there, right off the bat. The thing that I would do is I would just fade these in and out, create a kind of manual crossfade. Because if you didn't notice, there's a little click that's right in between there, which isn't very desirable. And then the other thing that I like to do, which I don't really have to show in this video because it's pretty simple, is just throw a little delay onto the synth vocal, basically every aspect of the modulated pitch transition, each track that it involves. And by doing that, it gives it more of an open, more dragged out, kind of swagged out feel. So just try that out. I'm going to mention again that there are plenty of plugins that do this kind of thing for free, and I'm sure that your DAW actually already comes with one. So if you're not using Pro Tools, don't worry. You could probably do this in every single DAW that ever comes out in the future and currently. So be sure to check that out.
So that's that. I mean, it's a pretty simple effect. I was using the standard just Pro Tools stock plugins, and there's tons of other plugins that are free as well. There's even this feature that you could use to pitch things down in other plugins as well. I know Auto-Tune has a transpose function. And there's really, it's just limitless. You could really do it to anything. You could do it to vocals to chop and screw them. You could do it to the beat for the transition. You could do it for just tuning your drums up in general. So that pitch function is really, really useful. So that's really it for the video, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, of course. And I will talk to you guys on Monday. See you guys later.